I'm sitting down sweating to a dance song on the club's PA. The strip joint battery sees away. What the fuck is up? It is time for the finale. I'm making this a finale. Fuck you, what are you gonna do about it? Emma's about to be I completely forgot everything that happened, so we're just gonna hop right into it. You know, because you've been watching probably.
Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? I have to. Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence.
Alright, the time's finally come to show it to them. These prints have gotta be the Chief's.
Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's a piece of leather cloth.
Yes, it most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it.
Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword. What? Those fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Wright always checked, haven't you? Well, whose are they?
They're Miss Skies. Miss Emma Skies.
What? They're mine. So I really did do it.
See, I told you it was conclusive.
Objection. But this was found in your safe. That means it's possible you forged it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that?
Objection. But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. Oh, no!
It appears we have our killer!
No! No! This is a bullshit! Is it over? Did I just soft lock myself? Everything hinged on that. In the end... Wait. Wait. Wait, what happened? Wait, what? What? No fucking way. Oh, hold on. I feel so fucking stupid for falling for that. I don't know why I showed the exact thing that would fuck me up. What happens if I say I can't show the evidence?
What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture.
Oh, we're baiting him into admitting that it was in his safe.
See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you had this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence? This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department! Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it?
He lost his right to testimony. Why is he speaking?
I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana.
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dart convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you.
2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe?
But why? For insurance, of course.
Insurance.
I was sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make the police chief by dumb luck. See this jaw fragment? I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
Objection. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too?
Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept 1 more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Raito, cough it up already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe.
Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do all that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Raito. You should have shown it then before it was too late.
It's been a long battle, but the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory's mine? I'm saving this time. I'm not about to redo all that shit. No, it's too late to show the evidence now. Besides, even if I did, it just exposed that poor girl's fingerprints. Right, think hard over the circumstances. Circumstances? I'm talking about then and now. There's one major difference between the two. Weren't you waiting for that difference? So... Oh shit, no, that was stupid. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Alright, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Okay, but is it really the cloth? I feel like that fucks me up. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes. At last, you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that immediately be sent to the lab for analysis. The handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
You mean...
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence.
Ho ho ho! You're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy.
What?
Think about it. Raito had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whose fingerprints belong to, it's Emma.
Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine?
Sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
You're really something, Raito. You knew this girl did it all along, and yet you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
Hold it. Now how could you? You monster!
Miss Sky?
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't? Miss Sky, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet.
Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer?
Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up.
Oh? And what's that?
Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall?
What?
Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Skye, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, something about the piece of cloth. Oh, this piece of cloth is a contradiction.
What? A contradiction? What is this fool blabbing about? Or babbling about?
Talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is.
Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. This is where I'm stuck. It's gotta be the photo, right? Or am I crazy? It's not that. It's gotta be the photo.
And what exactly is this supposed to be?
This is the picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of his vest was cut out?
Yes. Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
Oh, but that piece of cloth. Wait, there's no blood on it.
Since Emma Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time.
No, this is nonsense.
Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword? Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over. That's crazy. That's Objection!
Objection! That was close, Righto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I'll refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Order! What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Aji? Earlier, old Raito here concealed that piece of cloth. So then what's your excuse, Raito? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you?
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this time.
Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence.
But that's not fair.
Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
True, illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? that you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth.
I did not. I admit I refused to present it at one point.
Aha! So the evidence is illegal.
Objection! No, it isn't, Mr. Gant.
Uh-huh.
It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't?
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence.
No, Archie, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe.
Objection! There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now.
This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law.
What's this?
I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more.
What?
You see, it's written right here in the rulebook. The second rule of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have the approval of the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident.
What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and...
Objection! Sorry, but can you recall when that picture was presented?
That was shown only a few moments ago. No.
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, the piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes I don't need to be flipping back.
No!
It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could possibly be. Damon Gant. The killer was you.
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. You killed his fucking brother, dude.
He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman.
Detective Goodman?
Yeah, that's right.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you gotta help me.
Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out! What are you talking about, Goodman?
Can you please reopen the case, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There's too many questions left unanswered.
He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said,
It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall.
Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. And that's when I saw it, that accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumbled in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake.
The bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car?
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will.
Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How? How could you get Miss Sky involved in all this?
Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take.
So, you left the jar in the fragments. You left the jar fragments in the glove.
Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer.
That's crazy.
They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really means to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Archie. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator and an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Archie. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Raito here. And Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sound, or whatever I was going to say, it did the shit where it presses the A button too fast. It wasn't my finger, it was the game.
There are two things I want you to understand. Yes? First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial's over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up till today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? Few years from now, you might just make it to the top. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to glory. To victory. Why did I say glory? Whatever. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky? Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. This game's so good, dude. Like, you try to tell me I got low battery. Let me finish. Well, this trial's gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder,
This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, not guilty!
Oh, let's go. Let's go. Bing, 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 bing.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Let's go. Let's go. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? Sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
No, that's not it. Just now after the trial ended.
I can see why May Faye thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. And to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well.
She didn't mention me. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me.
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. To top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of me, sister, again?
Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. He's like, making sure she don't run away.
Lana!
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Did he get his job back? Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day, 2 years ago, was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis?
I asked Aunt to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you might look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you were only doing it for me.
No. I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis?
I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew you'd come back that day. Or I always knew one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Her voice is hard to do after 20 minutes of Gant. Oh, Emma.
Lana.
I like saying it like that. It's funny. Sounds like a cartoon character. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in so doing, we can find the way back to our rightful path. And it's from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe. Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? What? Stop hiding and come over here. Where is he? Yo, why he looks so bad, though? Where was he hiding? I just came to say congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. Well, I'll be going now. Ooh, he's shy. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. No. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right.
You despise criminals, I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about.
Evidence, huh? Something neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own? I don't fucking know. It's gotta be the picture.
Mr. Wright, it seems you still have a lot to learn as well.
I fucked up. That was the right piece of evidence, though. Lana gave it to us. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth!
If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell.
I better be going too. Okay. But I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation! It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will.
And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Lana's spending 3 to 5 in the prison for the next year, though. Oh, no, that didn't make sense. Don't worry about it. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go tricking off just yet, pal. What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
But
I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Huh? Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh?
way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Right here's the one who'll be footing the bill.
What?
What, you think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys, let's go.
Objection. I'm not paying that shit. That was fun. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. That was so much fun. Oh?
I arranged for a friend of mine to take care of Emma. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top coroner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
So apparently there's some post-credit shit, so we get to keep going. I'll talk in between shit though. I love this series so much. You're out of your fucking mind if you think I'm not doing Ace Attorney 2 at some point. At some point, bro. Yikes, I thought I was a gunner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation at the chief's office.
If we penalize you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you.
Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily. Again, like, you're crazy if you think I'm not gonna play Ace Attorney 2. 3 is gonna actually be a fucking trip, though. 3 is gonna be nuts. I'm thinking... I'm gonna keep it a secret. I'm gonna keep it a secret when we do Ace Attorney 2. I'm gonna let this play out, because obviously there's some, you know, credit content here.
My new mission's to guard the main entrance and take care of Billy. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show him, though. Someday I'm gonna make detective. Yes, sir. Then I can be just like that Dick Gumshoe.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Ace Attorney 2 is nuts, though. I'm trying to remember all the cases. I know there's the... Dude, the one with Pearl is fucking hard. I got stuck. Where they introduced Pearl Faye. The Blue Badger, bro. And the last one is actually crazy. You're out of your mind if you think I'm not gonna be going crazy, bro. With the last fucking case. I'm not gonna look it up, though. I'm gonna let it be a complete... Oh, shit. I'm gonna let it be a complete, like, spoiler-free thing. And it's gonna be, like, in the future. I'm not doing it soon. Because y'all already know by now that the next game's what I'm playing. And I have an idea what I'm playing after that. So we'll see.
What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Starr managed to sneak this into me. She's seen one of the guards, it seems. Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even gave Bambina back her smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water?
I love Ace Attorney so much, bro.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The Right Way Lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards.
Okay. How many more fucking characters, bro? I'm trying to... What is the second one? Because there's clearly... There's no way they would only do, like, 4 total trials besides the tutorial trial.
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing, something or other for... well, anyways, I've got a trial to get to, so I'd better be... Huh? Oh no! I forgot my gavel! Sorry, got to go!
That's a dope-ass chair, though. It's a pretty cool chair. Is it almost overdone? Please, we're about to hit 40 minutes, dude. And 10 of those are fucking credits. Oh shit!
Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you in your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Miss Nickmeyer, afternoon training starting soon. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick.
That's crazy, bro. They really say, remember Maya? She didn't die yet. I say yeah, like she dies. She will eventually, at some point. Did they put it in the game? Who knows, but... Who knows? Maybe 6 years from now I'll play the sequels. Oh shit. Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on?
Oh shit, his letter of resignation. He actually quit? He actually quit, bro. Minae Matsukawa. Executive producer, Tatsuya Minami. Oh shit, it's Emma.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
Okay. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, that's so cute. Wait. That's so cute. Oh, that's adorable. That's so cute. Oh my god, dude. Dude, that's so cute. Oh, there it is. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. That's it. See y'all like at least a year from now, dude. I'm really spacing it out. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, thank you for watching. If you actually watched everything, you're a fucking real one. If like, no, there's no way anybody's actually watching the whole. If you watch the whole fucking thing, comment in the comments. Fucking say something, dude. This has been crazy for me, at least. I love this series so much. Thank you for watching. If you're here, God bless, bro. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.